Welcome to Curiosity Satisfied, Discovering the Answers to Life's Unusual Questions, Part 1. In this episode, we will be exploring some of the most interesting and intriguing questions that you've always wanted to know the answers to. From whether dolphins can get high, to why breakfast in European hotels is called Continental, we've got you covered. So sit back, relax, and get ready to have your curiosity satisfied. Is it true that dolphins get high on pufferfish? Dolphins have been observed engaging in a behavior known as pufferfish blowing, in which they intentionally ingest the toxic pufferfish and then pass the fish back and forth between individuals while blowing bubbles. This can continue for 30 minutes. It is believed that the toxins in the pufferfish create a euphoric state for the dolphins. However, this behavior is extremely dangerous, as the toxins can cause serious injury or death. Additionally, it's not entirely proven that they really get high, but it is believed that the toxins in the pufferfish create a euphoric state for the dolphins. It's still debated by the scientific community if they really get high or is it just a playful behavior. Why is breakfast in European hotels called continental? The term continental breakfast was coined by British travelers in the 19th century, who would travel to continental Europe for leisure or business and stay in hotels or inns. They noticed that the breakfast offered there, which typically included coffee, juice, pastries, butter, and jam, was simpler and lighter compared to the traditional British breakfast that included items such as beans, eggs, and bacon. This idea was later adopted by American hotels and motels as a way to offer a simpler and lighter alternative to the heavy and high-calorie local cuisine. Today, the term continental breakfast is used worldwide to refer to this type of breakfast. What was that mentioned by Jules Verne in his book that we will discover after 136 years? In Jules Verne's novel Journey to the Center of the Earth, written in 1864, he describes the existence of giant crystals deep within the Earth. Amazingly, in 2000, such crystals were discovered in the Nica mine at a depth of 300 meters in a location known as the Cave of the Crystals in Mexico. The chamber holds selenite crystals, with the largest measuring 11 meters long, 4 meters wide, and weighing 55 tons. However, visiting the site is challenging due to the high temperatures and humidity, with conditions making it nearly impossible to stay there for more than 20 minutes even with special cooling equipment. Additionally, the humidity can cause condensation in the lungs, potentially leading to death by drowning. Which waterfall is the highest in the world? A common misconception attributes the title of the highest to Niagara Falls, but this is a myth. The highest one is actually Angel Falls, located in Venezuela. Its height is 979 meters, which is equal to 3,212 feet from the top of the uninterrupted plunge to the base, making it the highest uninterrupted waterfall in the world. The falls are located in Canaima National Park, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and are fed by the Carep River, which flows over the edge of Ollantaytambo Mountain. The falls are named after Jimmy Angel, an American aviator who was the first person to fly over the falls in 1933. Why do people love the smell of rain? The smell of rain, also known as petrichor, is caused by the release of volatile compounds from the soil, including geosmin and other plant oils, when rain falls on dry ground. The humidity and temperature changes associated with rain can also contribute to the smell. Petrichor was coined by Australian scientists in 1964. The release of these compounds occurs when the raindrops fall into microscopic cracks and pores in the ground, forming bubbles on the wet surface and ejecting microscopic particles containing plant oils, ozone, and geosmin into the air. These particles cause the distinct, pleasant smell that many people find pleasing. Additionally, the presence of soil bacteria in the air during rain, particularly Streptomyces bacteria which produce the geosmin molecule, also contribute to the smell. Geosmin is now commonly used in perfumery due to its persistence and high perceived by people even when highly diluted. Will a compass work on Mars? A traditional magnetic compass, which relies on the Earth's magnetic field to function, will not work on Mars as Mars does not have a strong global magnetic field like Earth. However, a different type of compass could still be used on Mars. For example, a gyroscopic compass or a sun compass could be used to determine direction on the planet. Additionally, the Mars rovers and landers that have been sent to the planet are equipped with a variety of instruments, including cameras and sensors, that can be used to navigate and determine direction on the planet. Why is it easier to drink 2 liters of beer than 2 liters of water? It may be easier to drink 2 liters of beer than 2 liters of water for several reasons. One reason is that beer typically has a lower water content than water, so it may not be as filling. Additionally, the carbonation in beer can make it more refreshing and easier to drink in large quantities. Also, beer has a lower osmolality, which is the concentration of dissolved particles in a solution. Osmolality in beer is about 1/3 of that in water, meaning it will cause less of a sensation of fullness and discomfort. Another factor could be that beer is often consumed in social settings and is part of a celebratory or festive occasion, which can make it more enjoyable and easier to consume in larger quantities. It's also worth noting that drinking too much beer can cause dehydration. It's important to drink enough water and to not exceed the moderate drinking limit. Why do geomagnetic storms affect well-being? Geomagnetic storms, which are disturbances in the Earth's magnetic field caused by solar flares and other solar activity, can affect human well-being in several ways. One of the main ways is through their effect on the human sleep-wake cycle. The Earth's magnetic field plays a role in regulating the body's circadian rhythm, which controls when we feel awake and when we feel sleepy. During a geomagnetic storm, the disturbance in the magnetic field can disrupt this rhythm, leading to insomnia, fatigue, and other sleep-related issues. Additionally, geomagnetic storms can also affect the production of melatonin, a hormone that helps regulate sleep. The exposure to the magnetic fields caused by geomagnetic storms can disrupt the natural melatonin production, leading to sleep disorders or insomnia. Geomagnetic storms can also affect the nervous system, causing headaches, fatigue, and irritability. They can also affect the cardiovascular system, increasing the risk of heart attack and stroke. It's worth noting that the effects of geomagnetic storms on human well-being are still being studied, and more research is needed to fully understand the extent of the effects. Do perfumes have an expiration date? Perfumes, like many other personal care products, do have a shelf life. However, unlike food products, perfumes don't have a specific expiration date printed on the label. The shelf life of a perfume depends on a variety of factors, including the quality of the ingredients, the packaging, and how it's stored. A general rule of thumb is that perfumes last around 2 to 5 years. However, the fragrance, strength, and longevity can change over time due to the evaporation of the volatile ingredients in the fragrance. If the perfume is stored in a cool and dark place, it will last longer than if it's exposed to light and heat. Nevertheless, there is a limited market for perfumes released 15 or more years ago, which are sought after by some collectors and connoisseurs. These perfumes, with their modified aroma, which is associated with uneven evaporation of odorous substances, are sold at auctions at high prices. Why is barbecue called so? The word barbecue comes from the Spanish word barbacoa, which refers to a method of slow cooking meat over an open fire or a pit. It is believed that this word was first used by the Taino people of the Caribbean and was later adopted by European settlers. For the first time, it was mentioned in a dictionary published in 1526. Over time, the word has come to refer not only to the cooking method but also to the social event of gathering together to eat food cooked in this way. Thanks for watching Curiosity Satisfied, Discovering the Answers to Life's Unusual Questions, Part 1. We hope you enjoyed learning about the answers to some of life's most unusual questions. Remember to like and subscribe for more episodes like this one. Until next time, stay curious.